What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to yet another video. Today was an absolutely beautiful day inside of the stock market. I'm going to be showing you how we were able to catch the exact bottom over here and pretty much the exact top over here. And if you like the free stock market education and you like learning how to make money, make sure you guys are subscribed to this channel as well as my main channel, Brandon Trades. We're about to hit 50K subscribers over there. But without further ado, let's hop into the video. Alrighty, so let's start off with the first trade that I ended up taking today on SPY. So as we can see in the morning, as soon as the market was getting ready to open, SPY just ripped to the upside. So pretty much going from 415.25 all the way up to a high of 416.70 with pretty much no pullback. This was the only red candle, but all it was a doji before the next push up. So ideally what I was looking for was a pullback to then get long to the upside. Now, what I ended up doing was I took a Fibonacci retracement. These trades were both called out live in Team Bull. Took the Fibonacci retracement from this low point right here, so the lowest point before the big move up. So starting at 415.2 all the way up to this high point right here at 416.75 before price started to pull back. Now, again, we don't know that this is the exact top until price starts pulling back. So as it started to pull back, that's when I was able to draw my Fibonacci retracement. Now, what I was looking for was a bounce at 415.96 or 415.78 to 415.75. So at 10 o'clock, news ended up dropping, which actually brought SPY down into this 61.8% retracement. Now, I wasn't able to get the absolute best fill because typically what will happen when news comes out is, first off, the IV will jump really high, and second off, the contract spread gets a little wide. So I had to wait for the spread to narrow before getting into the trade. But once I was in the trade, my stop loss was if we started to break below 415.6. Reason being, if this was truly a 61.8% retracement, we should then at least test that high a day if it is truly a retracement. So 415.6 was my invalidation zone because if we broke below there, more than likely it's not a retracement anymore and we'll go back and we'll test the daily lows. So that's why my stop loss was down there. And this trade took a lot of patience because I didn't end up trimming until we finally cracked above 416.3. And once we were able to break above that 416.3, that is when I ended up getting my first trim. Now, the reason I wanted 416.3 was because that was the high of this candle before we ended up breaking above it. So we had that nice bullish engulfing candle, doji, bullish engulfing candle. So I was just like, okay, if we can crack above that 416.3, that's going to be my first price target. And then my second price target was going to be the high day at 416.73. So as price pushed up into high day, that is when I trimmed my position again. At this point, I was mostly out of my position and was only holding a few runners. And ideally, what I was aiming for was actually 417.15. And what people were asking me is, how did I find that level? All it was the Fibonacci extension up here. So you can see 417.15, 417.14, which actually ended up being the high day. So I was aiming for that, but unfortunately we tried to break that high day and then flushed, and I ended up getting stopped out on the remaining part of my position. And then real quick, in case you guys did not know, I do have a 450-page book on Amazon titled The New Age of Technical Analysis. And in this book, I go over my entire day trading and swing trading strategy, how to find bounces, rejects, support and resistance, Fibonacci, all the indicators I use, what I look for in swing trades, day trades, and so much more. So make sure you guys check out the book, The New Age of Technical Analysis, on Amazon. The link will be down in the description. So that was an absolutely beautiful trade, very limited risk. Now, the second trade that we're going to talk about, this wasn't my ideal trade, but the reason that I ended up taking it is because if you guys watch those SPY and QQQ market updates that I upload twice a day on my other YouTube channel, you know why this 4,200 has been such a huge area of resistance. So if we zoom out and we get this clean chart right here, and all we do is take our Fibonacci retracement, pivot high, pivot low right here, you can see that the 61.8% retracement was 41.9972, so 41.9975 on ES, and then 4,200 being that whole psychological support area. So that's why I was watching that area to begin with. Now, we slowly grinded up into that level today, and then eventually we were able to break above it. Now, if I pull on over Bookmap, we can see that 4,200 was a massive area of resistance. I will be uploading another Bookmap video tomorrow, but with this 4,200, you can see that there was a lot of sellers at this area. Now, what ended up happening was, as you can see, we came up and we tested it 1, 2, 3 times, and then eventually we were able to clear all of those sell orders, which was telling me that there was actually enough aggressive participants to take out all of the passive sell orders that were sitting right here. So we started to break above 4,200. Now, the way that I thought about this was because we actually broke above all of those buyers and price actually went up into 4201.5, there had to be buyers up there. There had to be buyers that were buying that breakout of 4,200, thinking that we were going to go higher. Plus, on top of that, again, we had that 61.8% retracement at that 4199.75. So piecing both of those together, a strong fib level plus potentially trapped buyers up here as price started to fall back down below this 4199.75 area. That is when we ended up getting short. Again, trade called out live in Team Bull. And my stop loss was if we started breaking above 4202 to 4203 on ES. Reason being, if we started to break above there and we actually had the strength, they were more than likely going to send prices higher. And as you can see from there, this thing flushed all the way back down into these lows right here. Obviously trimming on the way down, but as we started to get down towards these lows, that is when I fully exited the position. So that trade was based off of the ES technicals, but remember, I like to use the ES technicals and then trade SPY options based off of it. But either way, that was an absolutely beautiful trade, a little different of a trade than I usually take. But with this trade, the probabilities were on our side. Again, especially potential trapped buyers. If they got trapped, they were going to have to cut their position for a loss. And as a result, we have the sellers plus those people cutting their position, becoming sellers as well. So that was an absolutely beautiful trade. That is going to wrap up this video on the two trades that we ended up taking live in Team Bull today. So as always, if you guys do enjoy these trade recaps, make sure to smash that like button as well as clicking that subscribe and that bell icon. It would mean the absolute world to me. Everybody have an amazing rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next video.